welcome. Tell us about your history together.
I remember meeting Dykesy when we were about 14 years of age. He was 15, I was 14, and he was just like the best player, rugby league around, and just super skillful. So it was hard to miss. But what I really was drawn to back then, and it was from an early age with Dykesy, it was like his attitude to training and his obsession with winning was evident from an early age. And yeah, we grew up together through our teenage years, and we both played football together. I remember for my Sharks first grade debut in 2001, Dykesy was in the team. He was 5'8", I was hooker. And I remember actually a couple of minutes before we ran out in the dressing room, he's come up to me, you know, known him for 10 years prior. And he's like, just looks at me, and he didn't actually say a word. And I knew, and I just felt that he had my back. And we ran out together Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock kickoff up there at Newcastle. Crowd was packed. How many would be up there?
It'd be 30.
30,000. And they had Joey Johns as their halfback, and their team was stacked. We had a really good team as well. But it's pretty cool, hey, that the memory of that. Do you remember how that game ended?
No, I don't. I've got a pretty good memory with footy, but I know we lost.
We had a good team. We had like Jason Stevens up front, Marty Lang, second row, Shawnee Ryan, I think Nathan Long, Nick Graham. Who was halfback? Preston Campbell. Peachy was fullback. Matt Rogers on the wing. 5 minutes to go, we're winning 12-10. I'm like, how good's this? First game, we're going to win. Joey Johns gets the ball, kicks it down as far as he can. Our fullback Peachy catches it 10 metres out, starts running, gets to the first Newcastle defender. Remember?
Chips
and chasers, like 20 metres out. And up it goes. Adam McDougall catches it, scores under the post. We lose 16-12. Welcome to first grade.
So I met Capo when I was 14, coming through playing D-Lo at our junior club. He was a year younger than me, but obviously, you know, all our mates, we all sort of hung out together. So it was great times back in the day. And then I was, like Mark said, I was fortunate enough to play in his debut. It was such a great thrill for me, I suppose, knowing him for such a young age, and he's such a hard worker for a long time. And it's very hard to break into that team. That team was a very strong, solid team for a long period of time. So he had to put his head down and he's work hard as he could, waited for his opportunity, and you know, to play in front of 20, 30,000 people at Marathon Stadium, it was in those days, was a great thrill. And you know, I still remember the day clearly. It was a beautiful day, and you know, it was a wonderful day. And then, you know, obviously after that, retire. You know, Capo finished footy, and then I retired, and you know, we started. We both sort of merged back together in a fitness franchise business, and we both had multiple franchises in this franchise business. So we sort of reconnected again through fitness into that, and then after that, here we are as co-owners of Tribe, and you know, it's a really special time for me to look back at 14, and now we're driving, you know, Tribe's growth and scale as we move forward. And probably my greatest, I think my greatest achievement alongside with Capo is, you know, our wives are great friends as well, and our kids are great friends. So I think after all our history in so many different fields, being footy and fitness, I think having two families that, you know, really care about each other, and our families and wives and kids are great friends is probably our greatest achievement, I'd say, wouldn't it, mate?
Mark, you've had Tribe for over 13 years. What made you take on Adam as a partner to take Tribe into an exciting new era?
It's pretty simple. It's not a long answer. It's like he's just a winner, right? So for Dykesy, if there's not a known way to do something, he'll just find a way, he'll make a way. You know, he takes the intensity that he adopts with his own physical training, which is huge, and that's how he approaches business. He's a winner, and it's rare.
Dykesy, tell me about your excitement for Tribe, and what was it like coming on board, and what excites you about taking Tribe to the next level?
Yeah, look, to be honest, I had a lot of opportunities over the years to go into different business, partner up in different businesses, fitness businesses with people, but for me it was a no-brainer. You know, apart from knowing him from a long time, the thing I love about Mark is every single day he gets up and he drives hard and he competes hard. And people say they want to win, right? And people say they're competitive, but for me, competitive people show they're competitive every single minute of every single day. So for me, I know if I'm going to be in a trench with someone, that we've got to both equal share to get out of this trench and out of this hole. And I couldn't pick anyone better to do that. For Mark, there's no plan B in my eyes. He's just, when I watch him, and I watch him at work every day, and I know what he's like as a person, there's no plan B in his life. It's just, this is plan A and we're going to make it work. And for me, that is very, very rare, and there's not many of those people around. So to partner up with someone like that, is an honour, to be honest.
Mate, I heard that Capo sent you an email the other morning at 2:37 a.m. and asked you to call him. Tell me a bit about your reaction to that.
Yeah, to be honest, when I read this email, I get up at 3:58 every morning, and I got up and I got to have my coffee and literally making my coffee, and the next minute I got an email at 2:37 from the big fella, and he said, "Call me when you're up," right? And for me, it sort of ratified why we're partners. I'm like, one, I was like, I love this bloke. He's up at 2:30 on the grind, working hard. But then the other side of me was like, well, shit, he's got 99 minutes on me. So the competitive, I suppose, came out of me like, well, I'm not going to get up at 2:30 in the morning to work, but I love the fact that he was up, he was ready to go. And I got up, and then I had the shits all day because I'm like, he beat me by 90 minutes. But we compete hard against each other in such a good way, and that's what makes us, I think, so good and so unique, is that, nothing's too small, nothing's too big for us, and, every second of every day matters. It matters to us both.
I had dinner that day at 4 p.m. I was in bed by 5.
What time were you expecting him to respond?
Whenever he likes, that's fine. 2:41.
For both of you as leaders of the Tribe brand, what is your true mission, and what do you really want it to represent?
We've got a big saying at Tribe, it's not all about the exercise, like the exercise is, if you're talking about a jigsaw puzzle, exercise is one piece of a jigsaw puzzle. You're looking at meditation and, cold plunge experiences and saunas and, even just having a coffee and with your friend at the facility and, sweating with your friend and meeting like-minded people. That to me is Tribe. It's not about a 45-minute session. That is one piece of probably 100 pieces that goes into Tribe. So if you're looking at my mission, what I would do and my vision for Tribe is to make sure I get out of bed every day and I won't take a breath and I will not stop until I can try and get across and help as many people as I can in the Southern Shire. That's what I want.
What does it mean to me? Well, the outcome I'm looking for, right back at the beginning of a journey for one of our members, I want them to feel ultra comfortable when they first walk in the outdoors. That's super important to me. I often have members come up to me at, say, the 6-month mark, and they'll say, "Hey Mark, do you remember my first day at Tribe?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can remember your first day at Tribe." And they'll go on and tell me a story of, "Well, that wasn't my first attempt at coming to Tribe." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they'll be saying, "Well, 2 months prior, I booked an appointment to come down with one of your team members, drove down, found a car spot, went to get out of the car, overcame by fear and closed the door, drove off. Not today, it didn't happen." And I know gyms can be quite intimidating, and we really want to break that barrier down and have Tribe be a hugely comfortable place for people, because what lay on the other side of breaking through and taking that first step is just a beautiful life. I really feel like people, especially over the age of 40, just forget what it's like to be in really good shape and forget what it's like to be fit, almost give up on themselves somewhat. And that's not what we want. We want so much more for them, because when someone can actually become fit, lose the weight, get in the best shape of their lives, that develops within themselves the most important type of respect that I believe you can get, which is self-respect. And for me, watching someone's journey of becoming confident and proud of themselves, it's magic. It's very special.
Guys, you've both run successful fitness businesses at scale in the past prior to Tribe. What are some of the lessons you're bringing into the second Tribe facility?
For me, a lot of the lessons are around recruitment, putting energy and time into recruiting the right people, because flavour, our true, unique difference, it's our people. I don't really care how many qualifications somebody has. Obviously it's important, but what we're looking for, especially in the interview process, is character. Like, I really want to understand what type of people they are. I get a little bit defensive when I'm interviewing people. I'm like, so you're here interviewing with us and you want to get in front of our tribe members and be involved in our team. Tell me why we should bring you onto our team. I deliberately do like a 3-step interview process, 1, 2, 3, different days, different times of the day, see them in different lights, because we just don't want to give away like the tribe uniform, the tribe shirt, give away a role just because. It's just super important. It's really important to us. I'm sitting in an interview and I'm asking a question, why do you want to actually be a part of the tribe team? And I'm not just going straight to the next question. I'm like digging in on that first question. So tell me more about that, because if we just let anyone on our team, right, like all we are really are 4 walls, some equipment and some classes. And we've got to be more than that. We live by these 3 values at Tribe, fun, welcoming and impact. Like, it's just how we live. And for us, our people, and when you ask, what lessons have I learned, what I want to take into Tribe Kirrawee, it's like, it's time on recruitment. It's finding the people that are welcoming, are super welcoming, fun, critical for obvious reasons. And then impact is, we have a team at Tribe Tyrant Point that our people fulfill those 3 areas. And we want to have a team of people who live the impact part of our values. It's funny, actually, a few years ago, one of our trainers, he had a personal training client. The client's name was Nick. And Nick was 140 kilos. And he said to the trainer, I want to get down to 100. I want to lose 40 kilos. And trainer was pumped. Off they went. 6 months later, very good personal trainer, provided a really good nutrition program, really good exercise program, plenty of support, plenty of encouragement. And guess what? Nick, the PT client, was weighing 6 months later.
115 kilos.
No, 140 still, unfortunately. And it was about the 6 or 7 month mark. Nick, the client, rang the trainer and said, hey, listen, it's just not really working out for me. I think I might just stop the personal training. And the trainer, he said, just give me one more session. And I was at CrossFit at the time because the trainer was involving me in the conversation. And I thought to myself, I'm not sure what our trainer is actually going to do in this last session, but we'll see what happens here. And Nick, the client's, yep, no dramas, see you tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. And Nick, the client's walking on the treadmill at 7 a.m. and I'm there, and the trainer's just walked in toward the client for a 7 a.m. PT session, but he's got this esky over his shoulder. And I walked over just as he grabbed the esky and he gave it to Nick and he said, hey Nick, you might be ready to give up on yourself, but I'm not giving up on you. Here's your food for the day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the snacks. Off you go. And I think the fact that our trainer did that for Nick impacted Nick so much that he pulled his finger out and lost 40 kilos over the next 6 months. That's pretty cool.
I've got a couple of probably things that jump out straight at me. The first one is going into multiple locations. How do you split yourself in half? And how do you have the same impact? And have to learn to live with that over time and be comfortable with that. So probably the biggest lesson I'm going to get out of moving into 2 locations and a split role over both locations is just making sure I've got maximum impact while I'm there for that day. So every single day, if I'm at Tarrant Point, there's huge impact. And then the next day I'm at Kirrawee, there's got to be big impact when you're splitting yourself in half because you physically can't cover it every week.
Mark, take me through your decision to bring a wellness space into Tribe Kirrawee and pivot into a 3-pillar business model of fitness, social and wellness.
Yeah, so we've always been about the fitness and the social, 2 critical parts of people's well-being. We're going to bring in the wellness, yes, saunas, yes, cold plunge pool, and also meditation. And I was saying this to one of my mates the other day who's also in the fitness industry. He said, what? I said, a meditation room. Like, I really want to bring it in. And he thought I was joking, but the reason I want to bring it in is because a couple of years ago, 2022 it was, I was actually running out the sandhills by myself on a Wednesday morning, rain, and I just felt a bit off, and then I just kept going, and I couldn't breathe all that well, and I just wasn't sick or anything, but I just kept going, and then actually got quite bad to the point where I actually was really struggling to breathe. And my car was parked like a K away, and I was actually considering just walking in or trying to get myself to the, those houses in that Green Hills development area, because I was worried that I couldn't breathe, I was going to suffocate. And I got myself back to my car, just got in my car, and I rang Carla and I said, call an ambulance, I can't freaking breathe. And it was really scary. Like, I got home and I was like, I just jumped straight in the shower, I was on my haunches. I was like, just couldn't get oxygen in, and then the ambulance has come, and the lady's just grabbed my wrist and she said, honey, just settle down, you're having an anxiety attack. And I'm like, I'm not having an anxiety attack, something's stuck in my throat, just put your fingers down there and do something, just grab it out. And he's like, it's okay, you're presenting with all the signs that it's an anxiety attack. I'm like, let's just get in the ambulance, let's just get a scan on this and get up to the hospital and sort it out. So we did, got the scan, airway clear, nothing wrong with me. They gave me a sedative, and then 20 minutes later, I could breathe. I'm like, that was scary and uncertain for me. And I still thought that there was something stuck in my throat. I must have just swallowed it. Went home, 2 weeks later, same thing. I'm like, holy hell, there's something stuck in my throat again. I'm a slow learner, right? But hospital again, same thing. Anyway, they're like, you've just had another anxiety attack. I'm like, far out. Like, I grew up playing rugby league with this guy, or maybe not with this guy, but watching this guy. I was playing rugby league, and I'm fit. I'm kind of a resilient guy. I don't get anxiety. And it was just, without going into it and trying to cut a long story short, it was just dead set anxiety 101 that I had, and it was affecting my breathing. And there was just some stuff going on, I guess, in my life. You get so busy with life, you just palm things to the side. And this is why the wellness stuff is really important to myself, because it's not just fitness, and Dykes is on board with this as well, which is fantastic. It's not just social, which those two things combined are beautiful. You throw the wellness in there as well. And yes, as part of the wellness, I want a meditation room, and I really want to lead meditation. We have a beautiful space for meditation at Tribe, because what I found helped me the most get away from anxiety was meditation. Like, if there's one word I could sum up the impact meditation has had on me, it'd be profound. Just the study of thyself, slowing down and quietening the mind, the impact that it can have on your being is just, it's beautiful and it's profound and it's natural, which is even better. So whilst meditation might be a little bit of a, how do you say it, not frowned upon, but maybe a negative stigma attached, I'm excited to really introduce meditation to the Tribe members.
Yeah, to be honest, when Mark, if you're talking about the meditation, when Mark floated it to me, he said, look, just please have a think about it. Straight away, my head straight away was no. If I got 10 square meters, we're using it in other ways, right? And then I literally went home and I thought about it, and I thought about obviously the world we live in, and it's just, you get up and you just go, and a lot of it's obviously self-sabotage with the screens and the phones and, the computers, and everything's so high-wire, especially living in Sydney. It's a go state we live in. And, what we're trying to do, or not what we will do at Tribe 2, being Kirrawee, we just want to put a space where if someone wants to turn up and have a sauna and a chat with their mates and jump in a cold pool and have a coffee.
It's interesting as well, like we say that a lot of people over the age of 40 have forgotten what it's like to feel fit, and very true. And there's another aspect when it comes to the wellness. I reckon there's a lot of people out there who don't know what it feels like to have a quiet mind. Like, there's lots of this going on, and So we have heaps of our tribe members, hey, over the age of 40. Like when someone comes in to us, you know, they might be carrying a couple of injuries over the age of 40. What are your thoughts on how is tribe going to help them?
Yeah, to be honest, you know, I'm 47 now, and a lot of people tell me I overtrain.
Because he does.
No, I don't. Yeah, they tell me I overtrain, and I appreciate their care, but I don't train. I don't train for, you know, I've got different parts of why I train, but I train a lot for my headspace, you know, and I feel like, you know, being 47, you know, but feeling 37 is my goal. You know, I always want to feel 10 years younger, and if that's 50 and, you know, being 50 but feeling 40, it's a huge win, you know, and if we can feel 10 years younger, and I'm so passionate about that, because you're never too old. You know, I truly believe you're never too old, and, you know, age is just a number, and, you know, if someone's 60 and we can get them feeling 50, well, that's a huge win for tribe, and that's what we do every day, and I'll tell you, that's what I get out of bed for every day.
And the thing I love about what we're offering when it comes to the fitness services for people over the age of 40 is like, you don't have to do burpees and sprint your heart out to lose a bit of weight and be fit. Like we've got spin classes. So most people who've got an injury, jump on a spin bike, away you go, you're sweet, right? Boxing classes, no burpees in those. Weight training, you know, we've got reformer Pilates. All those things are specific and very safe.
You're both amazing leaders in the fitness space and have been for a very long time. What's the best piece of leadership advice you have for either aspiring leaders or business owners?
For me, it's 3 things. One is respect people. Number 2 is be ultra honest with people, even if it's uncomfortable, to be honest. And number 3 is give people time, you know, like actually listen properly to what they're saying.
Yeah, for me, I think it's never accept average. The day you accept average, it eats away your core of your business. So for me, you can never ever accept average. And I suppose the other one for me would be that your team members and your members need to know that you are all in every single day. You've got to be all in every day. It can't be 2 days a week. It can't be 3 days a week. You've got to be in as a leader. You've got to be in, leading from the front and driving the standard every single day. If you miss a day, it'll cost your business. But I can't stress enough that, you know, anyone out there that wants to be a leader or is currently a leader, you never ever accept average, because average will eat away your business to its core.
Guys, as business partners and great mates, how do you navigate those key decisions and speed humps that running a business and a brand throw at you both?
Yeah, it's different now to what it used to be, because we grew up in an era of rugby league where if you're losing and not getting the outcome you wanted to, at half time you just get yelled at, and then in the second half you just go out and try and fix it by brute force, you know, and that doesn't really work well when it comes to partnerships and communication. So I guess the way we deal with it, and what I've learned over the years, is you just got to actually, rather than put your thought forward first and try and be understood, it's better to try and understand before being understood. Does that make sense? Like really try and lean in and understand, you know, Adam's perspective. Why is that? Why is he thinking like that? Rather than assume that I'm right all the time. And from the get-go, it's like, you know, because we both bring different skill sets, you know, and I really appreciate that now more than ever. We're both very different, and he's a winner and he's successful. So it's like, oh, okay, if he thinks something different to me, there's obviously merit there. Let's understand exactly what he's thinking about and just really listen.
Yeah, to be honest, it's been an amazing journey so far. I can honestly hand on heart say that. It's been, you know, an amazing journey, partnership so far. And, you know, I feel like with difference of opinions, you know, they're always going to be there 100% in business. And Mark's going to have a view A and I'm going to have a view B. And I feel like as long as there's the care, the mutual respect and the trust within that relationship, I feel like we'll always find, I know we'll always find common ground. And there's been a million times, you know, that I've said A, B, C, and he said X, Y, Z, and we sit there and we both navigate our way through it like Mark said, and we always come up with the outcome that's either common ground or someone conceives and goes, yeah, you're right. And, you know, they know, Mark and I know that it's always about the best interest of the business, and we always put there's no egos involved, and there's been 1,000 decisions we've made where it's been like that it started, 10 Ks away from each other, and before we know it, we've come up with a decision and we walk out of the room, on the same page. But, to be brutally honest, we respect each other so much that I know that if he's so passionate about it, you drop back the gear and let him take the reins, and we back him.
Guys, with the second tribe facility due to open in January 2025, what's the most exciting aspect of this major milestone?
The thing that excites me, I've got probably 3 or 4 things. The biggest thing right now for me excites me where we are right now in the 0 to 1 stage. We're at the bottom of the hole. We haven't got a client, haven't got a member, and I love it. I love it. I love the pressure. I love everything about it. I love the rush of it. I love the drive. I love the intensity of it. That's what excites me. And then the number 2 reason that excites me is the chance to showcase what Tribe is to another end of a whole new demographic in the Shire, from Engadine to Illawong to Como to, Janali to Oyster Bay, right down to Kangaroo Point, the whole Shire. We get a chance to show everyone how special Tribe is.
I'm interested, what does it take to be a career trainer at Tribe?
Yeah, one of the things we look for with our trainers is that they want to be a long-term coach, a long-term trainer. And by long-term, we're not talking 2 to 3 years, we're talking like 8 to 12 years. Because that's what we want. Like, they're our soldiers, that's our engine room of the business. They're the ones that are on the coalface looking after their members on a daily basis, and we can't and don't want our trainers to be turning over every 6 to 12 months to 2 years. Because one thing that our members want is consistency amongst our team, and a familiar face all the time. It's very important for us that we have a team of trainers who are there and want to be there long term, and essential for that to happen is they just absolutely have to love what they do.
Yeah, I think it's a prerequisite to get a shirt at our business. Like Mark said, they've got to get out of bed every day and live and breathe it. If they don't live and breathe it, and we see parts of their life that don't align with our standards and our values, they're off the bus. It's that simple, because what we stand for is, as fathers and husbands, and and what we do for our family and what our family stand for, and we morph like into Tribe and what our team stands for at Tribe. We just can't compromise someone that doesn't sit in the same values or same lifestyle choices that we make.
Yeah, we always have conversations about it. If there's someone that's veering off course, one of our team members, and we're just feeling like they're not really suited to our team, of course, we'll sit them down, we'll give them the feedback, we'll support them, we'll encourage them, we'll coach them to be better. And then if after 2 or 3 months that behaviour is still the same, it's not a hard decision for us. It's like, so true, you're only as strong as your weakest link, and we'll identify that and we'll make a decision really quickly.
Guys, this is a big question for both of you. Where does your ruthless work ethic come from? Like, where does it really come from?
Yeah, I don't know how, to be honest. Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional here, but yeah, I think probably my dad. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, my dad always taught me that, if you want something in life, you gotta go get it. He used to say to me every night when I was going to bed, he used to kiss me goodnight and say, if you want something bad enough, you gotta throw the first punch. And I remember, like, years later, like, I think I was about 16 or 17, I was like, why'd you say that? And he said, because nothing in life will be handed to you. Nothing. He goes, if you want it, you got to throw the first punch. So it wasn't like I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he'd say that to me. And it wasn't probably until I was 16 until I asked the question and from that day on, I still remember thinking, well, it didn't matter if it's footy or anything else, that if I want it, it's in my hands. So yeah, that's probably it.
Tell me, guys, what makes you proudest when you shut your eyes and think about the Tribe brand, your team and the members?
So the pride, when it comes to the brand and the team and the members, I think firstly, like with the brand, what I'm really proud of is we're a business. We're not just 2 trainers who do a few classes and a little bit of personal training on top. We actually have a well thought out, systemized business model. When it comes to the team, what makes me really proud is when I'll interview someone and I'll recruit them and I'll do their induction, bring them on board, and then in week 6 or 7, one of the team will come up to me and they'll say, "You stuffed that one up, didn't you?" And often you do. To which my reply is, "Hey, give them a chance. I reckon there might be something special in this person." Or, "No, they are correct." But what I'm trying to say is, like, the team actually have ownership of who we bring on, and they'll tell me if they feel that I've made a mistake. And then with the members, what I'm really proud of is like just how they buy into what we do. You know, just recently actually, for the opening of Tribe Kirrawee, we needed to do a promotional video, and we needed 100 Tribe members to meet us at Tribe on a Sunday morning at 5:15 a.m. And as part of this promotional video, the journey we were going to take them on had to be a surprise to them as it was happening to them. So we couldn't tell them why we needed them. So we've literally walked around Tribe and asked them, "Hey, need a favour, can you come down Sunday morning, 5:15 a.m, need you for 3 hours." "Yeah, sure, like, what's it for?" "Can't tell you." "But can you just turn up for us?" And we asked 100 people and we had 93 people turn up for us, didn't we? You know, and that was only a few weeks ago. And to help us, to get behind us, like, that's pretty awesome. Very proud of that.
If I look at a personal level, all I want to do in life is get out of bed and just make someone be their absolute best, just with self-belief, and, you know, to actually get out of bed and have someone change their life because they actually believe in themselves when they might not have 10 weeks ago or 10 months ago. That's powerful, you know. And, you know, I'm real, I'm vulnerable, you know, and no one works harder at their craft than me. So if I look at all that, you know, I'm pretty damn proud of what Tribe is, and, you know, and to be part of my family, it's amazing.
Guys, thanks so much for opening up and giving people an opportunity to get to know you on a deeper level. You're both amazing blokes, amazing leaders, and what comes to the fore every time you speak for me is integrity and family values. We can't wait to see what Tribe Kirrawee looks like in January 2025.
Thanks, Johnny. Cheers, mate.
Beautiful.